Have you ever wondered how far the moon is from Earth or how it even came into existence? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a celestial journey. On average, our moon is a whopping 238,750 miles away from us. That's about 30 Earth widths away. Quite a distance, isn't it? Now let's delve into the moon's origin story. Most scientists believe the moon was formed as a result of a giant impact or giant whack. Picture this, a Mars-sized planet striking an early Earth with a glancing blow. The impact splashed off rocks and debris into space, forming a massive ring around Earth. Over time, this debris clumped together to form what we now know as the moon. Quite a dramatic birth, don't you think? But let's not stop there. Did you know that not all full moons are the same size? They vary depending on whether the moon is at its apogee, which means it's far away, or perigee, when it's nearby. In fact, the moon is generally 14% bigger when it's at its perigee. This positioning doesn't just affect the moon's size, it also impacts our tides and weather. When the moon is at its apogee, our tides and weather tend to be more predictable. But when it's at its perigee, the increased gravitational pull can create larger tides and more unstable weather conditions. Now let's consider the moon's structure. Its core is only 2 to 4% of its mass compared to Earth's core, which is about 30% of its mass. And contrary to what you might think looking up at the night sky, the moon isn't round. It's actually shaped more like an egg. So, as we can see, the moon is not as simple as it looks in the night sky. Ever thought about what it would be like to set foot on the moon? The first thing you might notice is the temperature. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere like Earth does, so it experiences extreme temperature swings. It can be less than minus 200 degrees Fahrenheit when in shadow, but more than 200 degrees in sunlight. So, you definitely need to pack for both extremes. The moon is also considerably smaller than Earth, with a diameter of about 2,159 miles. That's roughly 4 times smaller than Earth's diameter. Despite its smaller size, the moon has welcomed a select group of visitors. Only 12 people, all astronauts from the Apollo missions between 1969 and 1972, have had the unique experience of walking on the moon. These astronauts didn't come back empty-handed either. They brought back a total of 850 pounds of the moon with them. That's about the weight of a small car. One more thing to consider if you were to visit the moon is the longevity of your footprints. Because the moon has no wind or water to erode the surface, your footprints could potentially last for millions of years. Living on the moon would indeed be a unique and quite chilly experience. Did you know that the moon has been linked to madness and has even had a robot visitor? For centuries, the moon's phases have been associated with madness. This connection is so strong that the word lunatic originates from it. Now let's talk about weight. The Earth is a staggering 81 times heavier than the moon. That's a lot of extra pounds. Now, let's take a trip back in time. The first probe to reach the moon was the Soviet space probe Luna 2, which crash-landed there in 1959. But the Soviets didn't stop there. They also achieved the first soft landing on the lunar surface with Luna 9, proving that a stable landing on the moon was indeed possible. On November 17, 1970, the Soviet robot Lunokhod 1 became the first vehicle to travel on the moon. Talk about a road trip. And here's a fun fact, the moon has just 1/6 the gravity of Earth. This means that if you weighed 178 pounds on Earth, you would weigh only about 30 pounds on the moon, and that high jump world record of 8.2 feet, on the moon, you could jump a whopping 50 feet high. So, the moon, with its unique conditions and influence, continues to captivate us here on Earth. Ready for some fun and fascinating firsts about our moon? Let's start with a giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong, the first person to set foot on this celestial body, did so on July 20th, 1969. The journey to this moment, taken by Apollo 11, the first manned mission to the moon, spanned roughly 4 days and 6 hours. But it's not all serious business on the moon. Alan Shepard, an astronaut with a sense of fun, became the only person to play golf there. His golf ball, however, remains elusive to this day. Did you know that the moon has Wi-Fi? Yes, it's beamed all the way from Earth through 4 infrared telescopes. And here's a bit of a technological marvel. Today's cell phones are 400 times more powerful than the computer that helped guide humans to the moon. From golf games to Wi-Fi, the moon has witnessed more than just footsteps and flag plantings. So, what's your favorite moon fact? We've journeyed through a cosmos of knowledge today, from the moon's formation to the unique conditions on its surface. We've explored its influence on our planet, marveled at lunar firsts, and even had a bit of fun with some lesser-known trivia. These facts are but a glimpse into the moon's fascinating story. Remember, every time you look up at the moon, there's so much more than meets the eye. So keep exploring, and who knows what other celestial secrets you'll uncover. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share this video, and subscribe my channel. Stay curious, wish you all good luck and good health.